Welcome back. You're listening to Broadscast. We've got Andy Harold from How to Be a Dad, Whit Honey from the Honey Express, and David Vienna from the Daddy Complex. Or you are the Daddy Complex?
Or you have one?
I mean, yeah.
I'll answer to anything. So even curse words.
But you live up here in the suburbs of Los Angeles.
I do.
Yeah.
And we came from the West Side.
Were you? Was your?
West, I don't know the gang sign for that.
Were you? Forced up here like the rest of us when you thought you had children?
I like to look at it as an opportunity to come up here.
Do you?
Well, we like it. We live, with kids. It's great out here for kids.
Yeah, it is.
And where we were before, just to get to a park, we had to get in the car and drive. And here we can just open the front door. So and it's the way I grew up.
You live in a park?
We live near a park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And in park-like settings.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I love on your blog that you include your kids, Wyatt and Boone, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to get permission for them? Are there things that they're like, Dad, no way, don't put that on there? Are they too young for that? Or are they game for anything?
The conversations I often have with them, especially for the videos we do, is they now that they've seen them and they like them and they understand what it means, I have to rein them in from like hamming it up too much. And I can hear them like working on bits, and I'm like, guys, no, we're not doing that bit. Like, let's just be natural. So they think they're like, what, Martin and Lewis now, like killing it with the comedy. So I'm a comedy coach for them.
That's funny.
Yeah.
They should be, they'll be working for you. I talked to my kid yesterday, he's 11, about, he plays all those games, and now you've got a 12-year-old. And Sam, Kim's got an 11-year-old. So you got, the video games, it's crazy, but he's going to levels and finding coins and doing things that he's like number 4 on a game in the country. I think
Really?
My kid is whack. Wow. So I realized yesterday, I was like, is there an app that will show his iPad, but here, like the audio from him and the video of the iPad, where he's actually playing the game? Because I'm like, I could make money off this kid.
There's actually a whole series of videos of like actual gameplay, right? Isn't it? This is a thing.
The biggest YouTubers, the biggest YouTuber is a gamer. He's a Let's Player, where it's a little pip, a little picture-in-picture of him playing games and being the Swedish charismatic freakazoid.
My kids watch those all day long.
Yeah.
Really?
They will sit there and watch videos of somebody else playing Minecraft.
So does mine.
day.
So does mine.
You're getting
Totally
a little
obsessed.
I feel like we should kiss.
See what I'm saying? Right? I wasn't far off.
Well, Kim, we have to address the elephant in the room
Make it
because
sloppy. This is radio.
we are the radio station. KHTS is moving, as we speak, so right outside this door there are movers picking furniture up, and so you may hear bangs and such. But they packed some of the mics. That was the best part. I was like, we've got 3 guys coming in. Do we have 5 mics? And they're like, about that. So we've got you guys
we're swapping spit at this point.
In some countries, you're actually technically married.
I'd rather share a mic than a chair, so this is okay.
That comes later when the movers take the chair.
That's after segment 3. I'm sorry.
I'll be sitting in your lap and telling you what I want for Christmas.
So I have a question. So do you guys ever get bored with what you do? Honestly, no one's listening. So just tell us what you really think. No, but do you ever get bored? You feel like you have a lot of responsibility and you have a lot of things you have to live up to, and are there days that you just want to, like in parenting, some days we just want to not do it because it's exhausting?
It's funny that Jackie brought up the gaming thing, because I'm I don't know where this is going, because I'm subscribed to those Let's Players and
really?
stuff like that.
So you can pay my kids college tuition?
Yeah. I'll give them some ad revenue, that's for sure. And last night I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning playing Grand Theft Auto because a hacker gave me $100 million. So I was buying some Lamborghinis and whatnot. So
can't you buy prostitutes or something on that thing?
I don't think you can buy human beings, but there are prostitutes in the game. But let's move on. But the reason why I brought that back up was, for me, I've always gamed. The website to me.
And yet you got married.
Yeah, twice. Maybe that explains the first one. The website and the creative process for me is like a game. Like seeing the interaction, the metrics, the analytics and stuff like that, shares. I'm always trying harder and stuff like that. So it's never boring, but sometimes it's frustrating because it's like, oh, I really want this to do well, and
Isn't it amazing though what sticks? You'll put something up and you're like, oh, I have an infected toe, and all of a sudden it goes viral. How do you,
literally.
You can't even predict sometimes what it is. Has that happened to you guys where you wrote something
that you thought was amazing?
You didn't know CTFD would go viral. I
had no idea. Yeah. I wrote it. And I wrote it kind of.
Just a reminder that CTFD is calm the bleep down.
Yes.
It's a whole method of parenting.
That spawned the book, and yeah, I didn't know when I posted that, and like that first weekend, just seeing it go, like the hits tick up, and my wife and I were just kind of staring at each other with our jaws open, like we didn't know.
But some people didn't like it. They were not pleased.
Yeah, I think
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I know. Which not a fan.
Oh, are you that man, that commenter?
You were that guy.
you.
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah, like I think the
Troll 412.
That's you. Yeah, some publications kind of tore it apart, but that means you're doing it right.
Right.
You know.
Does it alter the way that you write the next post or the next article? Do you take those things into consideration?
Every time I do, it bombs. So
Yeah.
I try not to like recreate, the magic that happens. I just try to do stuff that I like and that I'm entertained by. And usually the stuff that I'm most honest about is the stuff that other people identify with the most.
And, go ahead.
I was going to say that brings up a good point. Conversely to something going big that you don't realize is going to go big is when you write something you think is going to be awesome and it's crickets.
Yeah.
When you
Right.
put all this time into something, you're like, this is going to be great.
Like the show?
I'm sure the show already has many more followers than anything I put out there, and that's frustrating too because you put so much time into something and you're confident in it, and then nobody reads it or responds to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always tempted to take those down. Like, didn't exist, didn't happen. Like, take those articles
Yeah, yeah.
down, and then nobody knows. That
Yeah, but
I
look what
bombed.
happens. The dad bod thing was written like way before. Remember the dad? The dad bod. 19. We had her on 19-year-old girl who wrote about it in college, and
It got picked up a while later.
Yeah. So we will be right back with these fabulous guys and also some broad topics. We're going to throw out some topics for you guys to chew on. We'll be right back on KHTS. Back.
Oh, sorry. We won't pay attention.
We would look at, there's so much happening during the break. At some point we have to get on Periscope and show you people what's
Yeah,
happening.
we were talking about the birds and the bees.
We were.
I have. So
Were we?
We all have boys. I have a boy. All different age ranges.
Out of all 5 of us, there's one daughter.
Is that right? Who? Yours?
That's
That's right.
yes.
Yeah.
So all different age ranges. I think. What's the youngest? 5?
My
6.
twins are 6.5.
Okay, so 6.5 up to 12. So birds and the bees. When do you think it's appropriate to start? How do you talk to your boys?
We've already started.
Okay, so what was that conversation like?
It wasn't even a conversation. It's just the topic came up. I answered the question, and then we moved
What was
on.
the question?
It was the where do babies come from kind of thing, like, and so I just
Taiwan.
for some
Done.
I hear, but and I decided to just not like get all sweaty about it and just say, look, there's a sperm and it fertilizes an egg and then a baby can grow and and answered it, and then we moved on to like why do chickens make that noise? Like it just keeps
Yeah.
going. For them, it wasn't.
Wait. Do you know why chickens make that noise?
They're angry.
Oh.
Yeah, they're getting their feathers plucked.
But that was and because of that, like anytime it comes up, it's more comfortable for me to just answer it than sit them down and dim the lights and it doesn't have to be that big of a deal.
Right. Have your smoking jacket.
Yeah.
Put on Barry White.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
This is
right?
how it starts.
That's creepy.
What about
Yeah.
you?
Sorry.
I'm not planning on having that talk with them. That's why we have HBO.
Wait, but you have a 12-year-old. Things have come up.
Literally. Nobody? I'm the only
Raising.
He's a very innocent 12-year-old, and he's not. We have discussed it because there have been things that have happened at school where that has become a conversation, and it's something that we had to touch on at home and make sure that he was on board with that bigger conversation and he
Right.
understood the context. But he really isn't interested in any of the logistics. He's not interested in dating or girls, or he's interested in Minecraft videos and the cat. And
So at some point, you could actually create a video using Minecraft, like Steve and friends, right?
Right,
And
exactly.
and then have him watch that, or watch someone else playing that.
Well, wait, he plays Minecraft, right?
he does play Minecraft.
Okay, so his understanding of sexual intercourse is that you throw hay at your lover,
Yeah.
and then you throw hay at yourself, and then
Is that how you make?
That's how you make breed
that's
Yeah.
cows.
And then
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
You throw hay in Minecraft?
Yeah,
Well, you feed hay. I mean, you like right click.
Yeah.
I am so going to use that later with my husband. Hey, baby, want to go upstairs and right click?
Right click some hay at me. Oh, isn't it romantic?
Oh my gosh. I know he's listening right now and he's just like so into that.
Well, as being the single mom in the room, I don't have, my son doesn't have a dad
any
present
friends?
in his life yet. We can take that show later. So my son and I have these conversations about where all the body parts go and how things grow and where hair grows and all that stuff. Do you feel like that's easy for you because you're a man, or is it just still awkward no matter what because it's your kid? Does your wife want that role? Like, I'm totally fine with it. And if I don't know, my son will ask me a question. I'm like, I don't have a penis. I don't know. I'm going to go look it up. Or I just go with it, like you said. I don't make a big deal about it. I just say what it is, and then we move on. And he looks at me usually and says, too much information, and then we go on to the next topic.
David and Whit are going to vouch for the fact that I have absolutely no filter. So I've never had that, like, oh my God, we're having the birds and bees talk. It's like, I've never had like an intensive talk where it's like, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about this. There's been the where do babies come from, and then also more of the procreating conversations are different in a kid's mind. From my experience, from the relationship stuff, like liking girls is a bit separated from putting the penis in the
boys.
vagina and
let's
making
not draw a line.
or boys, exactly.
That's a good. Do you teach them that it's like? I mean, for at home at our house, I say when you get married, there's one rule that that person has to be kind to you. Like, we live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Do you teach them from a young age, like, hey, if it's a girl, if it's a boy, if it's
I do that like even before it became issues of romance, with just because friends can be pretty terrible too.
Right.
I've been like that about any human interaction. Is just choose your friends wisely,
right,
or don't choose them.
But you guys are pretty open with kids. It makes me sad when you hear some, across the country, and kids are in the closet or have other feelings that they can't even express to their parents, and then they're, committing suicide because the parents are so unaccepting on their differences.
My boys have grown up with gay uncles, and it's something that's
Done.
never even raised an eyebrow.
Right.
That's the way life is. That's how people are. Everybody loves who they want to love and who they love, and as you said, be kind.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the best way. Sorry, I totally took it down.
You can take it down.
So how do you guys compare to your own dads in parenting?
In under 2 minutes.
It depends on the topic, I guess. I mean, in some ways I'm a lot like my dad, in some ways I'm a lot like my mom, and in some ways I'm a lot like Buster Keaton. I try to draw the best from, my parents.
Right. Did you grow up going like, I'm not going to be like him?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know if I'm speaking out, this makes sense or not, but I feel like every boy has a period where they just don't like their dad, and I'm waiting for that period because I went through it and stuff like that. But then as I got older and I realized my dad and I did have a lot in common and stuff, it was easier. But yeah, teen years, I think every person I knew, every boyfriend of mine had a period where they didn't like their dad.
Right. What about you, Whit?
I think that my dad and I have a lot of similarities in terms of being open and communicating. However, my open and communicating is a lot more open than his. Right. He's from a different time, a different mindset as far as politics and religion and things like that, we don't see eye to eye on anything.
His car is steam powered.
Right. For instance, the book I wrote is about parenting, and when my dad read it, he set it down and he said, "Is this about me?"
Yes.
No, I don't know why you would ever think that. What about you, Andy?
My dad, I left school when I was 13 and did homeschooling and tutoring and worked for the family business. So I have an interesting relationship with my dad where I had frustrations that were not normal for like the parent-child relationship.
Right.
And prior to that, he was like a workaholic and stuff like that. So I liked the fact that I had those memories with him because he just would have been lost in work and I wouldn't have had any connectivity with him. So, but I think that if we weren't, this is an interesting question to pose to anybody. If we weren't father and son, we'd be friends still.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's nice.
Well, we will be right back. We have to take another break. It's so
Now I feel like
unfair.
lighting the candles now.
I know. All right, we're still going to throw some broad topics at you when we come back.